Hello, and welcome to the Sci-Fi Christian. I'm Matt Anderson.
And I am Ben DiBono, and today, Matt, we are going to take a look at Super 8.
We are actually literally about to go take a look at it. We're moments from leaving my place to go check it out.
We're actually recording a bit of a pre-show.
It is a pre-show.
Or a pre-review show.
So, Ben, this is what I want to do here.
Yes.
Tell me what you predict this is good. Your rating will be for this movie, and then we'll come back and see if it lines up.
Well, Matt, when I first found out about this movie, I was super excited because J.J. Abrams is a great director. Steven Spielberg obviously has made some great stuff, but I don't know, in the last, I guess, has it been a year since they first started marketing it?
Yeah, it's been very mysterious.
So probably about a year. I don't know, I've gotten maybe slowly less and less excited about it. Maybe it's because J.J. Abrams has gone down a bit in my mind with things like Undercovers was kind of a dud that he had on TV.
You didn't even watch it.
I didn't watch it, but it went under. And then Fringe was not so great this year. And, the ending of Lost was so subtle.
But he wasn't even involved in those things.
I know, but they're like all his projects, and they're the things that are associated with him. So, I don't know. I guess that because of that, because maybe J.J. Abrams doesn't seem quite as great in my mind as he did a year ago, I'm going to predict a 3.5.
Interesting. I would have to echo some of the things you just said. When I first heard about this mystery movie, I thought, this is going to be awesome, I can't wait to see it. And then slowly, the more I saw of it, just aside from who's doing it, it actually doesn't look that good. To me, it feels like, and of course Steven Spielberg is working on it, it feels like this generation's E.T.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've made a point of not watching trailers, even the new ones that have come out that have more clips.
Yeah.
And so I don't know exactly what we're going to see, but from what I gather, there is some sort of alien activity.
That would seem to be the case.
There are some kids.
The
kid's name is Elliot.
Ooh.
No, that's not true.
Does he like Reese's Pieces?
I hope so. I love Reese's Pieces. We should get some Reese's Pieces for this movie.
Maybe we should.
So, all that said, to say this, I still like J.J. Abrams. I feel okay about Steven Spielberg. I'm going to give this movie a prediction of a 3.
Ooh.
A little lower than you, but not a lot lower.
Yeah, so last week when we reviewed X-Men First Class, I was a 5 on that movie. You were at a 4.5. Almost a 5.
Yeah.
So we were both assuming that we will not like this movie as much.
I can't imagine liking it more than First Class, but I hope I'm pleasantly surprised.
Absolutely.
Should we go to the future and find out?
Let's flash forward to future selves and see what they think.
Well, we're back. Ben, we just got back. We literally just walked in the door.
We literally did. And Matt, you did in fact get some Reese's Pieces. But I do not think we should eat on the review. That'll be kind of disgusting for all of our fans. And for me. So, what did you think of the movie, Matt?
Ben, we tried the whole way here to not discuss it.
We did. We didn't do such a hot job.
I think it's pretty obvious. We were both completely let down.
This was a 2-hour movie. It felt like a 10-hour movie.
It was, I wouldn't go that far, but it was pretty bad.
Yes.
If you're watching this and we're about to spoil the entire movie, but first of all, we're just going to say, don't even see it.
No.
Don't even go see it.
Wow, this was a horrible movie, Matt.
It was, right from the start, laughable. We were actually laughing out loud at the lines.
Yeah.
The decision-making process that goes through the characters' heads, I don't know what was happening. Should we just start at the beginning, or do you want to start?
Let's start at the beginning. The movie takes forever before anything that even might be interesting happens.
Yeah, and we kind of see right away that the story is going to center around the kids, which, it was pretty obvious, but I didn't realize there was going to be a group of kids. I thought maybe this one kid was going to connect with an alien. Turns out it's a gang of unlikable kids.
Yes.
And one girl.
Very unlikable kids. Yeah. I had read an article the other day, Matt, about how careful J.J. Abrams was to select his child actors. Apparently Steven Spielberg said something along the lines of J.J. Abrams would have no compromises when choosing his child actors. He would go through actor after actor till he found the best one. Guess what, Matt?
What?
All that hard work did not pay off.
Let me defend a few of the actors. The lead guy, he was okay.
He was okay.
And Dakota Fanning's sister, whoever she
Ellie
is.
Fanning?
Ellie Fanning?
Or Ella Fanning, one of the two.
Yeah, she was good.
She was very good.
She was easily the best actress in the movie.
Oh, yeah. The fat kid?
Second best actor. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he was bad, and he was probably one of the better ones.
It took you about a minute to whisper to me during the movie, that kid's a bad actor.
The fat kid is a bad actor.
And
he's probably one of the better ones out of the group. I mean, the kid with the firecrackers. Horrible. The other two kids who were there just to be two other kids.
Yeah, I don't even know their names. Except for one of them I think is Martin.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I do know their names.
Right. Because they called him Smartin.
Smartin. That's the only thing I remember.
Gosh.
So, let's get to some of the main things that were bad.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just jump to the end of the movie because we're assuming you've either seen it or you just don't care, so you're going to let us tell you.
At the ending of the movie was like the worst part.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
So at this point in this story, the alien has now taken over the town. There's evacuations. All the guys are huddled around in a circle. The girl has been kidnapped by the alien, and the music swells. The camera's circling around everybody. It's a very dramatic scene, and the lead kid, who's like 9, is like, here's the plan. We're going back in the city where the alien is, and we're gonna rescue Dakota Fanning's sister.
Like a boss.
And when you see the scene, it's like, you're under military arrest, essentially.
Yeah.
How are you going to escape? Why would you go back to a city that's being evacuated?
Well, Matt, there's a really great way that you can solve those questions in a screenplay.
What's that?
You simply don't show the answer, and you just cut to them already being escaped.
So then...
Plot hole!
Oh yeah, they drove away with no problem, thanks to the guy that was high. Then they get into the town, and for some unknown reason, the town is now at war. There's tanks in the town, the evacuation has happened, the aliens going crazy, and the tanks, they're actually shooting lasers, apparently.
I want to give J.J. Abrams the benefit of the doubt here and say that those weren't actually lasers, but they looked like lasers. They sounded like lasers. And given all the other idiotic choices J.J. Abrams made in this movie, I gotta agree with you, those were probably lasers.
So, this is taking place in 1979. I've never seen lasers on tanks today, Ben.
No.
So,
maybe they were inspired by Star Wars.
So there's 4 kids running through this war zone, and they still they have an idea. They know where their friend has been taken by the alien, so they're gonna go to the alien's lair.
Yeah.
And they find it, and guess what, Ben? It is a deep, deep dark hole.
Yes.
But let's climb down and see what happens.
The funny thing is that Joe, the main kid, had actually kind of discovered this lair earlier in the movie when he was at the cemetery and failed to tell anyone what he had discovered when it would have been actually convenient for someone to help him do something about it.
So, Ben, let me ask you this. The entire military is trying to get this alien, and they cannot. But this kid believes he can stop the alien. And when he goes down there, the alien's down there. Who's the army funding up above when the alien is downstairs building his ship?
That is a great question. I hadn't even considered that. I think they were shooting at each other. Maybe they decided it was time for some good practice.
So then Joe finds that there's tons of maybe dead, maybe alive bodies hanging upside down in this... it looks like it's a technology center. He's trying to build his ship so the alien can go home. The alien's obviously evil at this point because he's been treated badly by the humans, so he just wants to kill people. It looks like the alien eats a kid. Or eats a girl. Remember that? Like
that's what they said. He's eating a person!
So then Joe has an idea to use fireworks.
Yeah, to distract the alien.
Exactly.
So he leaves his dumb blonde friend, whose name I can't remember.
No. Alice. No.
Alice was the girl.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about the firework kid.
Yeah, the dumb kid. Who he tells him to set off the fireworks and run. And so he does that. And then Joe rushes in to quickly save Alice and promptly has a 10-minute scene.
Emotional scene.
You found me!
So... where was the alien during it? It didn't take that long to figure out that it's just a sound.
Fireworks! I guess I'll leave my evil plan and go investigate.
Let's stop that line of thought for a second. I also want to go to when Joe's dad, who was also arrested by the military, actually knocks out his jailer and puts on his outfit just like they do in Star Wars. It was the stormtrooper trick. It works every time.
And he was so convincing.
I mean, it was... Somebody even addressed him as, "Oh, hello."
Everyone instantly started taking orders from him.
Yes, he's like, "No, this prisoner is mine. General not like wants him right away.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, we were gonna go kill him, but it's all yours.
All right, stranger in our uniform. It must be true.
So apparently, all you have to do to infiltrate the United States military is get a cheap uniform from an army surplus store, and you're good to go.
Joe, when they were filming their movie earlier, actually had his own outfit. I'm surprised they weren't taking orders from him.
Sir, could you help us?
Could you sign this? We need this.
But we have to get back to the underground scene because
yeah.
we have not gotten to the worst part.
Okay, take it
all
away.
Of this. So the alien does eventually catch on that, hey, something fishy's going on over here, and Joe and Alice are running out. But wait, Joe gets grabbed, and the alien is lifting him up, ready to kill him like all the others.
And he has huge nostrils and he's blowing on his face.
And Joe tells him, stop! Yeah. And the alien listens.
He talks him down by saying these magic words. Now remember this, audience. Here's all you have to say. If an alien's holding you in the air, about to bite your head off,
You have to first say stop,
and then you
and
say,
then he listens.
And then you say, sometimes things are bad.
But you can still live.
You can still live. What did that even mean?
Man, I don't know if you saw me at this point, but when this speech began, I turned to you like this.
I didn't see you, but I didn't want you to know my thoughts.
I know.
A lot of times I did this. And I tried to cover my emotions because I was laughing at so much of this because it was so bad, really bad.
So here's what we're saying. The movie's climax is the alien being talked down by giving a when bad things happen to good people speech.
But also this line that I still don't quite understand.
No.
You can still live because the alien.
It's technically accurate, Matt.
He technically is.
I've had bad things happen to me. I'm still. You?
Well, I have.
Yeah, we're here.
So the alien was already working on his ship, and at this point he's like, "You're right, little child." He didn't say any words. He never spoke any words. He set Joe down, and he decided, "I'm just gonna go home."
No,
Immediately.
you don't think any of the other people who the alien captured might have yelled, "Stop!" Apparently not, because that's all it took for the alien to change course.
He usually snuck up on him, though. Okay, so wait, I want to ask you this, Ben. We didn't talk about this part yet.
Okay.
So we see now Joe, Alice, their other firework friend. They're at ground level now.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, metal objects start flying through the air, and we don't know what's. We've never seen anything like this, other than throughout the movie. Sometimes things are flying through the air, but it was never explained to us how or why this is happening.
I'm not entirely sure I see
Electronics
how or why.
were disappearing. They said.
Microwaves?
Yeah, microwaves.
Which, by the way, it's implied the alien's stealing them.
Yes.
So we're supposed to believe the alien sneaks into people's house without any visible damage and takes a microwave.
Refrigerators are missing, ovens are gone. So we see all these metal objects, cars, coins, guns, just random things flying up towards a water tower where apparently he's building his ship to get away. And somehow, did you figure out how this happened? Somehow, all these random objects molded into an actual spaceship.
Well, it was those cube things.
Yeah, but the cubes were supposed to turn into things, not like random
That's
metal.
The cubes we saw fly out finally, and that's when the ship got built. I have no clue what the point of the rest of the metal
The
was.
cubes were actually kind of cool if they had just stuck with that idea. Mm-hmm. But there was only one there, so can one cube make everything else mold?
Well, no, there was towards the end of that scene,
Yeah.
like the army truck opened and a bajillion other cubes went flying out.
Okay, yeah,
So
I do remember that.
But I don't know what the point of the rest of the metal stuff was.
Yeah, so the water tower turns into a full ship.
Can your water tower do that, friends?
And the movie ends with the ship flying away, and at this point I'm like, yes, just be over, please.
E.T., go home.
So before we saw it, I thought this was going to be kind of a...
Well, you're forgetting the best part of this scene.
Okay.
So Joe is watching all this metal stuff fly away.
Yeah.
After all the other metal stuff is gone,
Nothing else is being magnetized.
the locket that he is wearing, that his dead mother, gave him, apparently...
No, the one that she wore that he
wore.
got after she died, that
Yes.
reminds him of her.
begins to float away. And he grabs it. And it opens!
Somehow the locket undoes and opens, revealing her picture of him and her together.
And then he looks at it.
He looks at his dad. And symbolically, ever so subtly,
It's a metaphor for letting go.
Yes.
In case you didn't catch that in the movie, that was a metaphor about letting go of people who have passed away. Just in case you didn't get the immensely subtle filmmaking that was going on there.
So, Ben, let's now turn our attention to J.J. Abrams. we've talked about how this movie was bad. We've dissected some of the most horrible parts of the movie. J.J. Abrams, this is not a good showing
This
for
is
him.
me as J.J. Abrams. I just jumped a shark.
Oh, I don't want to talk about jumping the shark. Can't we just say he did a bad job?
He did a horrible job.
So
This is an embarrassment for him.
So, I was thinking, I saw Cloverfield, liked Cloverfield.
I like Cloverfield.
I feel like if Cloverfield had
Love
not...
the new Star Trek.
Yep, I feel like if Cloverfield had not been done the way it was, kind of in the Blair Witch camera style, that this could have been what Cloverfield would have been from a narrative perspective.
Maybe a
Alien
bit.
gets loose, starts killing people.
But J.J. Abrams decided to be really cheesy in this movie by trying to make it an emotional drama about characters we don't care about.
You know what? The best part about the movie to me, if I'm going to say one good thing, is I did like the development of the relationship between Joe and Alice. His mother, Joe's mother, was killed because of an accident that essentially Alice's dad caused.
Mm-hmm.
So these two characters, kind of Romeo and Juliet-ish, how they weren't supposed to be together, the families wanted them apart, and yet in the end, they reach down, bend, and put your hand down.
Oh.
No, this is weird.
No, thank you.
And they hold hands, and then the alien ship flies away. So I thought that wasn't... If I'm going to say one good thing about it,
It was okay for a while, but it's like their parents were so determined to keep them apart until the plot decided it was time for them to be together, and then their parents were just cool with
and
it.
then the parents actually work together too.
Yeah, so that was dumb.
So...
I kind of like the stoner guy. He was funny.
Yeah, he was kind of funny. Not all the time, but kind of.
My favorite part of the movie, though, was the scene where the sheriff goes to the gas station and the guy's listening to his Walkman.
Oh, yes.
And now this is not something you guys experienced in your theater, most likely, but there's a line in the movie where the sheriff looks at the Walkman and goes, "Those Walkmans, they're a slippery slope." And this old lady in front of us
Right in
yells
front
out,
of us.
What does she yell out, Matt?
They sure are.
Sure are!
She didn't exactly yell it out, to be fair. She spoke it loudly to her old friend next to her.
Loud enough for almost everyone in the theater to hear.
Yeah, and then, she's actually also the one that warned us. When the movie ended, we just were like standing up and we're getting out of there because that was bad.
Yeah.
And she turned back to us specifically. It's like, no, you can't leave. I read in the review that there's something coming after the credits. And Ben's like, no, we're leaving. But I sat back down.
We had to see it.
They actually showed the movie that the kids have been making throughout the course of our movie. What did you think about that?
It was better than the actual movie.
Yes.
By quite a bit.
Quite a bit. That was much better and more enjoyable. Mm-hmm. So, I thought that was pretty good.
Well, Matt, should we get to some star ratings? You had predicted 3 stars.
Oh my gosh. We can't go lower than 1, so I'm going to have to say 1.
I think I'm right there with you. You can do 0 stars if you really want to.
I've never given anything 0 stars. I don't think I want to set that precedent.
No, this would not be the worst movie I've ever
No.
seen. I might go with 1.5.
What? Where does a half come from?
Just because, 0 stars is something like The Happening, Batman and Robin,
Okay.
Something that's way, way down there. 1.5 says there's really nothing good about this movie, but by the virtue of the fact that there have been movies far more terrible in it, I can't rank it lower than that. So 1.5.
Okay, I'm going to go with 1. And before we
I'll go with 1 too.
before we wrap this up,
Yeah.
we must do some callbacks. We have to talk about the callbacks to past J.J. Abrams things like Alias and Lost.
There was the James Locke jeweler.
Yep, James Locke, jeweler. There was Building 47, which if you haven't seen Alias,
I've
but 47 is an important number in Alias, and I won't say any more about it for your sake.
Okay.
Let's see. One of the actresses who played a character in Alias, oh no, I don't remember her name. Anyways, there was an actress that appeared. Ooh, what else? Did you see anything else?
I didn't
Oh, when the train first blew up and derailed early in the movie, and there's metal flying everywhere, they had a shot that was exactly like the scene from the last episode of season 2 of Lost, where the hatch blows up and the door comes flying down and crashes into the ground. That happened with a train door.
So J.J. Abrams not that original.
No, I think he's trying to say,
Self-plagiarize.
hey fans, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So,
J.J. next time, cut the cute little throwbacks and make a good movie.
Interesting. Well, Ben, I don't know what else we can say. We're telling you, fans,
Do not see this movie.
don't say this movie. We actually spent $10 on this ticket, and I wish I could get it back.
Yep.
Do we have anything else you want to say?
Well, it was a public service though for the people.
I suppose we're out there to let you
This
know
was charity. Write it off on your taxes.
what's good, what's bad. If you have different thoughts on us, you can comment here You can write us at feedback@sci-fi-christianpodcast.com. We're interested to know what you thought. We thought it was horrible. The two people we saw the movie with didn't think it was so bad. Shout out to my brother and my friend. So, Ben, that's all from here. I'm Anderson.
I am Ben DeBona.
We're the Sci-Fi Christians, signing off.